All right. So today is a Tuesday and it's the 29th. It's November 29th. So we're ending up November and we're doing it with Think and Grow Rich, which is a really cool book that our dad talked about through our whole childhood about how great this book was. And then come to find out one of the beings that we channeled wrote the book, Napoleon Hill. Lokaous was Napoleon Hill and wrote this book. So, and this book is great because it's listing the principles using the laws of the universe to direct our thoughts so we can manifest what we want. What do we need to do to manifest what we want and not what we're getting? So what inspired this book? You told me before we started this, and I thought it was brilliant. So I'd like you to share your process of beginning this book. And it would have been in the late 1800s because it was published in the 1930s.
Yep, and this is Lokaous. Howdy do. And strange things are afoot right now in our realm. It's always strange things are afoot here. So I gotta put your headphones out. I'm sorry. I apologize. Right. Napoleon Hill can't do this. Napoleon can't do it. No, it was inspired by a wonderful genius of the day, Andrew Carnegie. He was a steel tycoon. If you watch anything you want to know about a millionaire and the things you should do, Andrew Carnegie, wonderful Scotsman, and I won't go into the whole history of Andrew Carnegie, but he is the one that inspired the book. He came to me and knew I was trying to aspire to be a great writer, and I was a young kid, and he knew that through just talking to my family, the influence with me, he said, and we're sitting in his wonderful castle in Scotland. Oh, my beautiful castle. Absolutely. I'm holding my beads, my Buddhist beads. So if I'm not doing all the hearts. Yeah. So if you wonder, what is he doing? That's what I'm doing. Okay. Noki, please don't say that. I can't repeat that. No. Yeah, you know where he was going. No. But we were sitting there and he's with his usual scotch, brandy and all of that. Not me, him. And we were, not that I wasn't, I wanted to, didn't. And a cigar, and we were talking, and I asked him, he knew I was wanting to go to college, and he's talking about the different things, what I would, and I was talking to him, and he told me, he said, you know what? He said, I have had so many people come in and out of sitting in this beautiful office and in the States. And he said, there is he said the secret of his success. And he wished everybody knew what this secret was. And he said, I have taught so many different lads all my knowledge, and everyone, he said, that have been less than college educated, because back then you had to be very college educated, followed your dad, grandfather, a male influence. Women did not have influence. Remember that. Men had that influence. I myself didn't really have that influence. I was just lucky I knew the right people, through my family, but my education was little less than whatever. And he said, and I'd bring people that were not college educated or not going to be able to do these, or come to me, and I'd really see it in their eyes that they really wanted to accomplish something. And he goes, I'd sit him, and he goes, I would teach him these steps, these laws. He goes, and these are secrets, he said, to success. And he said, I would love for you to, he said, if you dare, triple dog dare you to put your life into this, I will back you up. I will give you my resources. I will help you gain the resources that you're going to need to do this. And I would love something wrote on the secret, because he wanted to share this with everybody. He didn't want this to just be for people of influence, or you had to find Andrew Carnegie. Where were you going to be? He wanted everybody to have access to, because he wanted more successful people. He's very religious. He knew God. This was the knowledge that was not supposed to be staying here. This was divinely given to him to teach it out. But his role was the steel tycoon and doing that. But he needed somebody, and he knew I was ready, willing. So it was 20 years of my hard work and beautiful. I just went out there with his backing and interviewed people and tried these concepts myself. And the rest is history. Is a book now called Think and Grow Rich. That is worldwide. Everybody takes this book, and you take this book, you're going to succeed. Your dad did this, and another would be Tony Robbins, would be the equivalent of Napoleon Hill of today, and go into it more. If you just grab Think and Grow Rich, and that's what we're going to be speaking about today. The 20 years of my life that I put into this book, inspired by Andrew Carnegie, and he is one that I would check out his history and that. But these stats are going to get you to where you need to go. So that is where Think and Grow Rich came from. It's been inspired by a secret knowledge he's attained through the great divine, because he listened to his intuition. He's very spiritual, and he prayed to God a lot. He was very spiritual, but he wanted this out and taught. So he knew a young man named Napoleon Hill would go do that, and he did.
Perfect. So before we started, I pulled a card, and ironically, well, not ironically, just actually, it was in the book that Napoleon Hill wrote. So it says, what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So this is what we're talking about today. This is like the basis of all this stuff. So I guess let's start with the principles of the book. So the first thing it starts with is the reminder that thoughts are things. So thoughts are real things. So we need to be in control of our thoughts, not have our thoughts have control of us. And it had a quote from William Ernest Henley. It said, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So I think that is a good affirmation to remind yourself as you're going to take this journey, because you are working with us now to set a goal for yourself, and you are going to accomplish it. You're going to make the plan today. You're going to do this as you're watching this video, and you're going to be successful if you follow these steps. I'm super excited because we have things that we are working on as we're doing this. Okay, so Napoleon Hill said that because we can control our thoughts, we are the masters of our fate and the captains of our soul. So I wanted to add that. I think that's beautiful. And the book said, our brains become magnets, grasping the dominant thoughts we hold. The magnets attract us to the forces, the people, and the circumstances of life, which harmonize with the nature of our dominating thoughts. So we must focus on the desire of riches, or what this thing is. You have to focus on that for that to become the dominant thing in your focus. Do you want to talk about that? How do you know that to be true, that we need to control our thoughts and have our thoughts put on a path to take us someplace?
Oh, this is Benjamin. And so we as well are living to show what we call what's left here, the pearl.
Right.
And if you want to understand what's going on when I say the pearl, it's a long story. That's not what this is. This is Benjamin, by the way. But what's left of the soul of Michelle, the pearl. So I wanted to read it, doing the concepts of the book to better explain it in modern times so it is understood.
Right.
So whatever thoughts is energy. It's consciousness. It's energy. Whatever you think whatever you think in your inner world will come forth in your outer world. That is how the Creator has set it to be. I come from paradise. I am from paradise. I jumped in from paradise. So I am very well versed in this. There is no hate. There's no nothing, because all our thoughts are pure and love. We wake up in love. We go to sleep in love. There is nothing like this society at all. So I've noticed in here, whatever you tend to think, your mind will focus on, and that is where your mind's going to go. Your thoughts are triggered emotionally. Be careful. That's in the book. Positive or negative. If you're thinking a negative, everything that now follows is going to be a negative thing, because it's starting in here. It's going to outward. I am not worthy. I can't do this. No, old man, and that's all falls into this. If it's procrastination. It's and that. So you watch your thoughts, be conscious of your thoughts. It's energy and it's vibration. And that's why I come from paradise, and I came in here to teach along with Angela, or Angelie, as everybody's been calling you, Angelie, is teach what I know from paradise, and it does exist. So that's exactly what we're talking about. And I feel that's
perfect. And the stuff that we're going to be talking about is the subconscious mind. We're wanting to access our subconscious mind. So I found a visual I think is good of like an iceberg. So physically we only see the tip of that iceberg. We don't see all the stuff underneath, and all the stuff underneath it has function, y'all. Like, it has purpose, and we want to access that. That's where our old programs lie. That's where our fears are. So we need to get down there, and we do that through repetitions, right? So let's start off, I guess, with our plan. Let's start with our desire. Okay. So that's what I have in my notes. So let's go there. So our desire. So one, we want a plan of what we want to accomplish. So fix your mind on the exact amount of money you desire. Should I use us as an example? Okay. So I changed it to 60. So it's divisible by 3 for charity. So I'd like to see $60,000 within a year. So my second thing is, what do I intend to give in return for the money I want? Well, I want $60,000 within the first year of the book that we're writing. So we are going to complete a book by June 18th, because you have to have a concise date, a clear statement of the amount you tend to acquire, the time for its acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money. And you want to have a very clear plan. You want to read this plan aloud twice a day, once when you wake up and once before bed. And as you read it, you want to visualize yourself being at the end goal. See it, feel the money, see the book in your hand, really picture this, because the next one is faith. Faith is a big ingredient of this recipe of success. You have to believe you can achieve this, and you have to be persistent in it. Like you said, you had 20 years to write this book, and you were a young kid. What kind of persistence does it take to do that? This wasn't a short goal for you. This was a long journey for you to build this book. So you had a plan of how to do this. So now we have to have a plan of how to do this. And I'll write things on Facebook. I'll list the steps you need for your plan. So you can start today. It says start today.
Mm-hmm. And this is Lokaous. And quickly to tap back into that, you ask what were, as a young kid, I just saw the end goal. I just saw people getting, giving to their churches. I saw people giving this information and teaching this information. Much basically what we're doing now is exactly what Napoleon Hill went out to do unexpectedly one day, not expecting this at all be the future. But my end goal was to help people. I didn't really see the financial part, because then I was just so eager to just help people. But when I saw the financial part, he sat with me, because I did slip along the way. This wasn't perfect 20 years. I slipped along the way, but I had a great teacher to back me up and remind me the goals. So every year I would redo, like, I'd have a short-term goals, 3 months, 6 months, a year. And I had these, and he would come over, I would sit and have like a brief meeting with me. It was called the shit meeting. He'd call it the shit meeting to me. And he'd be telling me, and he would make me affirm it, believe it. He goes, you're not believing it. You don't have faith. You got to believe, you believe, see it. And if I didn't see it clear enough, I would tell him, I can't get this person to talk to me. He goes, what are you not, do you desire it? Then it would come down somewhere. I didn't really have faith, or I just didn't want to talk to the person. And it always came down to desire or faith in my imagination. It was something, or my vibration was very low. You got to watch your vibration. But you do slip. This is not, that's why you affirm it twice a day, because you got to get your subconscious to catch up. Because what's going on is, as he explained to me, and now the future is your subconscious, you've already accomplished all of this. In the multiverse, you've already accomplished this. You've already accomplished this in the multiverse. All you're telling the universe, that's the version I'm trying to go of myself. That's the version I'm going. And then you affirm it twice a day. Your subconscious has to go to where you already have accomplished this. It has to, by the law of attraction, it has to go there 110%. That is what your divine has done for you. And you are going to slip and fall. And we're not saying this as a negative, but that's how you learn. You have to slip and fall to learn. I had to fall countless times. You can't imagine how many different times, but look at the success of that. How do you grow if you have no clue? The success is always leave clues. And that's what Andrew Carnegie told me. He says, I failed more times than not. He's going to come in history books of more times where I failed more than where I succeeded. And he said, and that is totally fine, because that is how we learn. And that don't let that out your ego. So, but that was my end goal. But that's what I did. So I would also put short-term goals in this too. Like, like what's your week goal, and every day affirm, as well. But that's what he made me do every so many, but believe it, affirm it, as Angela is saying, and she will put the steps to follow. But it is very important to know that you do these steps, you are going to be 100% successful. The law of attraction has to give you exactly what you ask for, as long as you're doing this and you're giving back. You cannot just do this out of ego. I will remind you, you can't do this out of ego. You got to do this. When you say, what am I giving back? So Angie, what I would say, what we're giving back is we do free energy work for you. We will teach you for free. We're not going to sit there and charge. And we do Thursday, and I believe our Thursday night lives, that's what we're saying to you. We're going to give back.
Yeah. But
in return, this book, or affirming twice a day, that is what we are doing. So we are passionate of what we do. We love what we do. We can see it, believe it, all heartedly. We know it, emotionally feel it.
Yep.
So, and wherever your focus goes, that's where your energy is going to go. So absolutely. So Angela, I love that. But bringing that, I wanted to go ahead and just bring forth this little bit more information that people might. Yes.
Heck yeah. And I know sometimes people struggle with faith. So it said repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith. So if you don't have faith, you can build faith through your affirmations and the principle of autosuggestion. You talk a lot about autosuggestion.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the keys. And it says faith is the eternal elixir, which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. So it sparks your thought into purpose. Faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches. Faith is the basis of all miracles and all mysteries, which cannot be analyzed by the rule of science. Faith is the only antidote to failure. Faith is the element, the chemical, which when mixed with prayer gives one direct communication with infinite intelligence. And that's what this calls God or spirit. It says infinite intelligence. So it's a way of allowing us to see that God's involved here without having some of us have like yuckiness with the word God and with spiritual principles and books and stuff. Makes us feel yucky. This book doesn't make us feel yucky. It's saying infinite intelligence. And it says faith is the element which transforms the ordinary vibration of thought created by the finite mind of man into the spiritual equivalent. Faith is the only agency through which the cosmic force of infinite intelligence can be harnessed and used by man. I love that. So faith is like the spark of God. It's like the spark of creation. You have to know that's there and trust that is for your highest good, that is going to build your intentions. It's taking all this thing. That's the life force that's being added to everything in creation is faith, this infinite intelligence. I love that. And thoughts plus feelings of emotions equal the magnetic force of related thoughts or a seed. You are building a seed when you take thought and you add strong emotion to it. So let's talk about that. The book talks about harnessing our sexual energy to become genius, that there is a lot of power in our sexual energy. How can we tap into that energy and allow that to help boost our persistence as we're building this plan? Could you explain that a little bit more?
Well, this is Marcus. I feel that this would probably be the best for me.
Yep.
Talk sexual energy, might as well just bring me, might as well.
Oh la la. Loba booty. You had a loba booty.
That's what I hear. I have a loba booty. I still got a loba booty accordingly. So
cheers, Margaret.
No, thank you very much. I'm very proud of that loba booty. So as Krishna, I taught, everybody's looking at my loba booty, so really not much teaching got accomplished.
No, not that day.
No, well, not many days,
Yeah, well,
they can't get right to the real adventures of the Bhagavad Gita. You can't talk about those real adventures, because they can get really what? But so the reason they brought me forth is Benjamin is a representative of all of us. And so it's just a part of Benjamin that he's already lived.
Yeah.
And I am the one that experienced this is how Krishna did his teachings. Yes, I am nude in my hammock most of the time, but I've accepted my sexuality. And people think as a being, you're always out there. When I say sexual, because this will actually make sense. When you say sexual, you think, oh, he's probably nude and jumping on all of the. No. I mean, you like to, if you want to think this, if that gets you, you do it. That's all right. Because I had to explain this to her kids because they thought I was always out there chasing Loki. It's like, no, Loki just makes a lot of crude jokes. So that's Loki. Viking humor, pirate humor, that's just Loki to survive. Arg to the Loba booty. Cheers it. Like Cosmo says, cheers that up. Good. Yeah. He said he will not cheers my booty. But I think everybody should share my booty. It is a nice booty. It is nice. But your sexual energy is, Krishna had this energy, a vibrant energy of, just charm, love. But I wasn't out there like playing my flute like in a seducia in the back. And my lady friend, I basically So basically how I'm going to just say this, so just get it out of the way, is I had my female companion, but there was no sexual involvement.
Okay.
I was like what you call a virgin. And you would be like, oh, no, don't say that word. Don't say that word. But because I was taught, just something like I was taught from the divine, is that it is not, it is, if let's just say that energy, when you harnessed, it puts that desire out there. She was the reason that I wanted to do things. I didn't look at her and go, my God, no. I looked at her more for the mind and the love I had for her. She sparked a love within me, which when you do the sexual energy within, because you're mixing faith, you're mixing love, you're mixing belief, you're mixing everything. And so when you just say you are going in that sexual act, you are releasing all of this energy uselessly. And it's gone. It's gone. Takes seconds. It's gone. Where if you harness this energy tantrically or wisely, as these witches call sexual magic or tantric, all they're doing is expressing that energy and using it for what they want from the universe. It is energy. And you can have it's tantric is real. You can do this with an energy. I never had laid my hand on her, but I guarantee she'll tell you that was some of the best energy she ever had. So, and that was me not putting any physical part, because sex is physical. And now, and you acknowledge your human body. When you want to do something like the manifestation, this is all inner work. This is all from your soul, your light. I understood it from the very beginning. If I'm out there putting a physical part of me into a physical part of my female companion here, I'm acknowledging I'm human, and this energy that I could be teaching is gone. And what I want to manifest instead, it all comes. It's love. It's all love. So I'm not saying to people like watching this going, "Oh man, I can't be a virgin now." It's just not happening. I get that, but it's just taking this energy instead of just every time this motion hits you, there you go. It's really take the time to, where is it coming from within your heart and inner, and what can I do with it when it hits? It's a high vibration. It's hitting you. And then yes, when you do your creativity, that is what Lokaous was referring to, taking that creativity. When it hits, it is because your mind's so focused. Think about that. When then you're in this moment, you're so focused that that's your intent. So think about that. So instead of intending to satisfy your partner, it is satisfying, what am I trying to create? Now that energy is going to, what can I create? My imagination. And it's going that direction. Wow. And when I taught, my energy was vibrant because I kept it in here. And she would inspire me. She really would inspire me. Trust me. I'm not, and you might say, was that difficult, Krishna, to keep it all in there? Actually, it really was, because I loved her, and I didn't want to show any physicality. I'm blue, for God's sake. I don't want to sit there and become any part of what I wasn't. I knew I was divine. I knew I was a teacher from the very beginning, and I wanted to teach. That was more important to me, with that sexual energy, what I had. And I was always taught that, and the more I go out of my comfort zone, the more and more and more I was taught more. And this was one that It's all about love. It's all about love. And so just think about that. It's a focus, and you're just focusing it inward for that. That's what your sexual, and harness correctly. That's tantric.
Wow.
That's tantric. And that's why it's called sexual transmutation, as Napoleon Hill says. I can't say Napoleon Hill practiced that, but I can say Krishna practiced that.
Yeah.
That is one, if you ask, that's why I came forth, because he
couldn't do it.
He couldn't do that. That wasn't one, but I did do that. And that's why Buddhists, if you notice, Buddhists and these and priests will not, because that energy is to teach the parishioners and things like that. It isn't for your own benefit. It's just that energy you can take. And some of the best sermons are, and I can, Loki's saying a lot of comments. So if you hear me pause, that he's saying a lot of things in the back, but that is what was meant by that.
Perfect. I love all that. And it reminds me of the Seinfeld episode where George doesn't have sex and he becomes like a genius. And then Elaine doesn't have sex and she becomes an idiot. That was so good.
Well, that's a Loki, and that would be me. I'd have been a complete moron. I just would be just stupid. And you know what? That's probably what happened to me. That's probably what happened. Benjamin has been asking, what's happened from here to me?
There you go.
Right there.
Yep. Too much sex to no sex. Whoa, tired.
I can't function anymore. I must become Loki.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Now, see, Benjamin, now you found out what happened to you. You went from what to so yeah.
So I wanted to pull out a couple more things. Napoleon Hill, Krishna Marcus mentioned imagination. And that's big in this book, is imagination. And it says the imagination is the workshop that creates all the plans created by man. The impulse and desire is given shape, form, and action through the aid of the imaginative faculty of the mind. And ideas are products of the imagination. The next part we get into was organized planning from a mastermind alliance. So that's teamwork. So let's talk about that. How do we build a mastermind, and how is that helpful for us?
All right. And this is Loki. I don't know why they put me in front, but okay. I won't go with this.
Mastermind.
I'm the mastermind. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to keep Cosmo from here because he wanted to take this one. I told him he can teach. We just got to find him one. And this is not it.
Doozy.
Yeah, I told him when we can come up, we can come forth. Basically, you find like-minded people that share the same vision. At the Council of Lazarus, the Council of Lucian, you would say that we're all together. We all have the same focus. And I'm using us as an example because we are the Divine Counsel or a hellish counsel, whatever you really want to go towards. It don't matter which end you follow. Angie has a happy us. Michelle carries the downer us. Could we may kill you, bury your body in the back? Just kidding. So Michelle gets to have all of that part, what's left here. So Benjamin gets to deal with that. But it's like-minded people sharing the same vision. So you would say you and Michelle share the same vision. And now this is Benjamin. Now I just let him get to the bat. But it's just you guys are sharing the same vision of what you want. And it's getting like-minded people to follow with your vision, and you just make a plan, And basically you brainstorm what is good, and you don't procrastinate it. You don't, you like once a week, like to me, it'd be once a week you talk and you brainstorm. And it's like, this is what I'm thinking we can do to push it to the next step. And then that's when you brainstorm. You come up and you're honest. Honesty and communication is key here. And okay, so this is what we want to do. How do you want to get here? Like the other, and we have to be no judgment. If you really have a passion on mastermind this on the council, you have to be an agreement. We can't just have one person here doing this, one person. You have to be in agreement, depending on all is within the community of who you're speaking with. All has to be within the same mindset. So everybody would be on that. We can't just have George going over here and doing whatever. Then you got Sally over here, and then people don't understand the concept of what are you giving? What is the service you're actually trying to do? Nobody understands it. And you don't want that. You don't want to give that. So mastermind is just the same, because a council is basically just a council, like-minded people that know where they're going, how they want to get there. And they do this through a process. They affirm it. They imagine it. They see it. There's no procrastination. And then Angie, you put on with Blue Heaven's Facebook page, what I love, all things that you really should do this like once a month. You have a company, you really should go through this. There's plenty of books that show you how to cut through the bullshit as well. Is that, and you going through all of this, how could I have done better? Where did I fall back? What is your opinion on this? Where could we do better? Where could we have gave a little more? Where could we gave a little less? Where are we putting our energy over here that shouldn't be over here? Yeah. And it's just brainstorming and like-minded ways to go to the same common goal of what you're trying to achieve within the group by using these techniques that is preceded in this book.
Perfect. So I guess let's move on to, well, again, a side note, don't procrastinate, be persistent. And we want that in our mind mastermind group too. We want us all to be non-procrastinating and persistent. So it listed 7 major and positive and negative emotions that we can contain. So the 7 positive emotions are desire, faith, love, sex, enthusiasm, romance, and hope. Our negative is fear, jealousy, hatred, revenge, greed, superstition, and anger. So we don't want those things. We have to work on those things. So there's blocks that could potentially be in the way of us fulfilling our plan. Side note, the brain is the broadcasting and receiving station for thought. I thought that was cool because yes, it's like the little beacon, like a computer. It's pinging and it's picking up stuff. The book mentions our 6th sense as the door to the temple of wisdom, and that's where our miracles come from. Okay. The next thing was let great men shape your life. It was talking about invisible counselors, and Dad always talked about this. He always talked about invisible counselors. So let's see, is you pick people alive or dead who have character traits that you'd like to have for yourself. And before bed, you shut your eyes and you use your imagination to see this group with you at your council table. And you interact with these people. Like he picked Lincoln for his truthfulness and trustworthiness, and Edison for his genius and inventiveness. And so he had 9 people that he had as invisible counselors. And our dad has done this. He has invisible counselors, and we have invisible counselors that are here to teach us every other Tuesday. So let's talk about this invisible counselors, because I think this is awesome.
Well, absolutely. This is Benjamin. I wanted to use a recent example actually of this invisible counsel while you were if you are a Top Gun fan or you're not a Top Gun fan, regardless, this was in Top Gun 1 and 2. But so this is not a spoiler alert. I do not have to put this. Just watch the show. And and besides Loki watching it for the volleyball scene in Top Gun 1, but Michelle said that you guys had to go to the theater to see the shirtless men. And by the way, they lied to me. They said it's going to be women playing the volleyball. I watched and there was the men. All right. So we had to pause it, and so Marcus knew right where that scene was. So when you tried to so it's been fun. So he knows right where to find the volleyball scene. But so the invisible counselor, there's Maverick and Goose, and that was and they were like the wingman, and that was, and he told this man, his brother, his friend, his brother, his soul family, I will protect you. But he also knew Maverick, which is Tom Cruise, is little Loki. He's very Loki. He's out there doing whatever Loki does, and that Loki mind of his. Yeah. He is very Loki. Yeah. But Goose has a wife, and he has a son, and this is going somewhere. But he wants to protect. So the one fateful day, Goose dies. Tears Maverick up in the first one and the second one. And it was sad, and that very, very sad that you could have, but it does happen. So when Maverick is flying and he feels like he has no Goose, talk to me, because Goose died. Goose, talk to me. And it was like that. And that inspiration to go, and he would just see it. The second one, the son said, Dad, talk to me, because his son was flying with Maverick. So Dad, talk to me. Then you would hear Maverick, Goose, talk to me, all through it. So It is your counsel. You can choose whoever you want, because what you're doing, you're going to a multiverse and you're talking to this whoever you want to talk to. You pick your counsel and you can talk to them whenever you want to. And nighttime is ideal because you're in the alpha and you can just daydream it. And we'll show you a way to just quickly get there. If you really need to don't do it while you're driving. Don't do that while you're driving. But when you do, your imagination is going 24/7 all the time. Your brain does not stop. And it just gives you whatever. So you can always see your council members whenever you need to see it. Like Angie and Michelle can get us whatever they want to. It's just not, we're right there. So you just pick, you look for the traits you're doing. So Napoleon Hill was picking, all of the people that would be for him. And Andrew Carnegie would had his own set of council members he went to. And because you are talking to these people.
Right.
And though Maverick was talking to Goose and by inspiring him, hey, you got this, go, because he did it in life. So he really was accessing Goose, if you really want to get to a modern time doing this. Okay, Cosmo, we're not doing the Bill and Ted reference here. I never saw the show, so I don't know what he's talking about. But your council members are going to be whoever you choose, and it's people that inspire you. And they are the same goals as you. You see something you want, you see them, and you might go, well, I've never met them. And it's not the same as Googling. I will always mention this. You can Google the person, but it's not the same thing. All they're doing is inspiring you. The highest self of that person is inspiring you. And people are accessing your higher self because there's so many people that are inspired by things that you're doing. So we're all inspired by someone in our life. We're inspired by somebody that's acting. If you want to be a great actor, you find that actor and the one precise method you got to be very precise with the universe. Yeah. Don't just pick any actor, an actor that's going to be close to what you're wanting to do. You can even mock that, not say mock, like play it. How are they talking? How are they talking to the expressions? And like I heard Dane Cook did these things, and a lot of actors did these things. To that point, I'm using acting because it's really what you're doing when you go to the council. Yeah. And when you're talking to that higher self, you are talking to the high. So that's your council. And you can have as many council members. I would say the less, the better, because you have like 12, then you got, and so the less, the better. And that can always change throughout your life. Yeah. Because every so often you have a different phase of life where one may not even more, and you can replace that council. They're not going to care you replace them. It's okay. They're good with that because somebody else is probably using them over. So, but it's always good to have that your council. Everybody has a Lazarus or Lucian council that you talk to. Everybody has a Benjamin. Everybody has that. Yeah. And yes, at Cosmo, so everybody should have a Cosmo as well. If you have the pleasure of having a Cosmo, I'm kidding on that. He is actually as they say, but no, but that's the invisible council and that. So Michelle, as Angie said, we're the council, but now you talk to Chris and you talk to Cosmo. So, and you might say they're invisible, but they're a divine council. You could say invisible. You could say, in today's terms, divine council, my warrior council, whatever sparks you. Like they call me an asshole. So I'm the asshole. They call me the warrior that when it comes forth and does it, the leader, so whatever counsel you need at that time, you procrastinate. Well, get your warrior. Who is the best warrior that you can think of without the spears, but what's the mindset? What was that mindset? And take that. How was the wording? Was Tony Robbins your inspiration? Take Tony Robbins and do that. And you'll notice because your dad, I notice your dad has a lot of Tony Robbins isms. Yeah. And it's wonderful. So, because you can listen to a lot of Tony Robbins. So he adopted that. And he gets passionate because it's a Tony Robbins. He's more passionate he gets. That's a council member for him was Tony Robbins. Yeah. So that's what we're saying. And that, so that's when we say that, that's what we're saying.
It's perfect. Yeah. Chris has been a big in my life. He is a motivator. I mean, he is a great addition to my council. I feel bad for his physical family that lost him, but I've gained so much from him. But they're seeing it, and I love that. So let's get back to things in our way. So it talked about ghosts being in our way and how many ghosts are in your way. And it said the ghosts are indecision, doubt, and fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, fear of loss of love, fear of old age, and the fear of death. and that we need to protect ourselves against negative influences by using our willpower to build a wall of immunity against negative influences in our own mind, because we control our thoughts. So for indecision, like it had something to do to solve all of those things. So how do we solve indecision? Let's see. Indecision. I don't see that one on here. Fear of poverty. We had to just be okay with what we have. So just know that what you have is all you need for now. We need to let doubts and worries go. We had a session with someone recently and they talked about worry, and a card came up of a worry box. So if you have big worries, this card recommended you take the worries and you put them into like an object of form in front of you, like you could picture a ball or whatever. Like I picture a stress ball. So I think about my worries, I pull them out, I put them into this ball, and I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to put it in like a little secret shoebox, and I'm going to put the shoebox on a shelf. I have it to go get to my worries, like if I want to access them to see if they're okay or whatever, like, but they're out of me. So I think that's a big thing. This is a block. So this is a visualization technique to get some of these energy blocks out of you, because again, we're dealing with energy. We want to get this low level energy of anger and fear and poverty out of our system, because it's not going to allow us to bring our plan to fruition, because it's in the way. It's like weeds in the way of your garden. You've got to pluck your weeds so your seeds will germinate and you'll have your beautiful plant.
And I'll go on indecision. And this is Benjamin. Now, indecision, that was a beautiful example. So I'll go ahead and do the indecision since in that. You have to be, it's like, just don't think, just do. Okay. Your ego loves to overthink on everything, and procrastination occurs. So basically, the best thing you can do for indecision is just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. If you're stopping, it's your ego. Your ego. If you mess up, you mess up. That's how you learn. You can't just, everything's gonna be perfect. It's in this human mind, and you got this filed wrong. And then you got this ego saying, well, toodle do over there got it. Why can't you get it? Why you just don't understand it? So that'll make you indecisive. Then you can't decide. That's why it's important to have a mastermind council, because everybody, you're human. When you're a human in this body, I've noticed the indecisiveness. I know what I want. I'm from paradise. I know exactly what I want. You come here, you add emotion to it, and the belief of all of this indecisiveness, and you get all the memories of all the times you messed up comes into your mind, and your ego is so good at reminding you. Now, mine is just to protect you, but where I'm at, there is no ego. I don't have it. I didn't have to worry about any of this stuff, and worry was not a thing. And when you come here, you add this human part. I've never heard so much voices in my life. It drives me crazy to hear it. It's like, I'm always like, Pearl, like calm down. Like, I don't want to hear the indecisiveness. So the best thing is you just don't even think about it. Just do it. Don't overthink it. And when you do it, then you create it. Like if you got a spur of the moment, everything has variety. There's moments you can plan and there's moments you cannot plan. But more than likely what happened is you put the energy of chaos out there, and everything's energy, everything's vibration. Start in your inner world of chaos and decisiveness. So let's just say you wake up in the morning and you're positive about everything, but this one little thing. I'm indecisive about this one little thing. No matter what that one little thing is, doesn't matter. You are just so, it just gets you. Well, now you just put the chaos out for the rest of the day for everything. It don't matter if you knew, if I was going perfect here, if you have one little doubt of chaos, it just takes a little smidge of a chaos thought in decisiveness. It'll put the chaos and follow forth. That is what Napoleon Hill is talking about. When you are in war, for example, and I'm the warrior part here, the dickhead, they call me, the asshole, but they call me that. You don't have time to think. You can plan strategies all you want to all day long, but there's always going to be that little variety moment that you better be prepared for, and you better know how to get your men out. I don't have time to mess up. I don't have time. If I think just for a second, I could lose somebody. I don't want to lose anybody. So I can't be indecisive. I have to know exactly what's going to happen and plan for these little variety of things. If a chaos is coming in, where was my thought that happened? Where did this happen? I know we're teaching that. I like to, where did it come from? Where did it start? Is subconsciously, it starts somewhere within a fear, inner child. Who said it? It's your ego. and whatever you want to call your ego, I call it shh. I say, Pearl, shh. It's okay. It's not overthink it. And so that's indecisiveness. That's just really how you do. You just have to shush and it's just your ego trying to protect you, but also you just don't let that little smidge of chaos and that, because that's what creates the rest of the fear-based thoughts is your ego and that, and be grateful. Another thing for poverty is be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful because the universe is not going to grant you anything you're not grateful for already that you have. If you're not grateful for your body, well, then why you're going to lose any weight? Because you're not grateful for what you already have. When you're grateful and accept that, okay, I have my age, my body might not be where I want, but I'm grateful for my body that I'm healthy. Well, then you know what? You're going to start losing weight because you love yourself. Gratefulness is the fact I love myself and you're outside yourself and it'll just happen because you're putting it out there. So a lot of poverty-stricken thoughts is you're not grateful or you're not contributing. So let's be humble as well. That's another one that can go along with poverty. But everything Angie said is but I would just add as well, be grateful, because that's what we're teaching spiritually. Absolutely. Be grateful. And that's what Napoleon Hill in the end is, be grateful for everything that you have.
Yeah. One of the things that stuck out to me was the fear of ill health. And it said that you need to stop focusing on every symptom for your ill health to go away. And I always wonder, why am I sick all the time? Well, that's why I focus on every stupid symptom. So I know I'm not the only one that does that. So I wanted to pull that out. In fear of loss of love, I thought that was good too. That the book recommended that you be okay being where you are, whether you are with or without someone, that you can't put your happiness in the love of somebody else, that you need to deal with that if that's a thing. And the fear of old age, again, like being grateful, like you said, take care of yourself and everything's good. Fear of death, everyone's going to die. Do what you need to do. Use that to power you for your perseverance and your persistence to get it done.
And on that too, you got to remember it's rebirth. All you do is you just leave this existence and go to another existence. That's all that means, is you don't have to worry about it and that. So everything you mentioned is all ego, and it's all just based on, on your health, that you said that too, I am healthy. I am strong. And every day put this into your thoughts and be thankful for all of that. Yeah. And if, let's say, is a symptom that arises in your body, what came from somewhere, you read it, somebody talked about it, and guarantee there it is. And you go, it's DNA. It isn't DNA, guarantee. Like I said, where I come from is paradise. So everything that you mentioned does not exist, because we also know in paradise, this existence is, and you be in the now. You won't worry about death if you live in the now, because you're not worried about these kind of things, because you're more focused in the now and you're rooted in the now. So, but everything Angie said is just, and if you put more focus on any of those fears that you did mention, it will bring you spiraling down and lower your vibration. And you got to remember, your energy goes, energy flows where you put it. It's going to go. If your concentration's on all of these things, you're going to experience more of these things. And also, I will say too, like a loss of a loved one. Remember too, and if they're not focused, everybody's energy. Your energy, the part of the reason that we like channel, and Michelle has said this, and when I came here, and this is a good example of this, she loves me. She calls me soul husband, and she loves me like, she said, I'm her Scott, but I'm here. And she said, well, I love you and you're separate from me. No, what it is love is love, and you might physical, but all it is this person is an energy, physical energy, and your energy. So they never leave you. And you got to remember, you're not separate. You are one. You are not separate from anybody. You are one. And they're not responsible, again, like Angie said, for your happiness. You're responsible for your own happiness. If you depend on somebody else for your own happiness, then something's wrong. You need to go within you. What is wrong within me? Why am I not happy? And Michelle has the pearl part, always depending on me. And I'm always like, what is within you that you're not feeling it? So she is not depending so much on me to persuade that. So look within you. And like Angie had said, but also let's just say, like, for example, Scott goes to work and you miss the hell out of him while he's at work. Well, his energy's with you. The energy never left you. It's always on you, around you. So
Yep.
that's what it is. He's not separate from you. It's just the physical body is separate, but never is he separate from you.
Right.
So it's an illusion that when you come here to this planet, I noticed that in this realm as big, you're separate. Mom and dad are leaving, and it's really instilled these little thoughts. And so you learn that separation, and that's an illusion. That is not reality. You are all connected. If you feel connected to somebody, that's energy. You are connected to that person. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be in your vibrations eye or focus or your thoughts eye if they weren't started in your heart first. So understand that they're in your life for a reason. What is that reason? It doesn't matter what the reason is. They're just in your life. So just understand that. So if there's a loss of a loved one and you're grieving, they've never left. The physical it's just a physical body. And Angie can say that. And Michelle can say that, and we're not dead people. We're not random dead dudes, as they were trying to call me. We're deities, and we actually exist in realms in Atlantis. We are Atlantean priests. Take it or leave it for that one. And we all came from paradise. Well, Loki is in a paradise of his own paradise. And I'm in an upper paradise. He's in a paradise of another realm, but still paradise. It's like, so I have to be, how we do this. And, but paradise is paradise, and you can achieve it here. Paradise is here. All I did is I came from here, paradise, to put the paradise to everybody and help teach. Angie knows that paradise. And your loved one is in paradise. They are in paradise, and they're going to guide you to paradise, but you're not separate from them. You're going to hear them and somewhere and ask how to hear them. They're not. The grieving is just that ego. Oh, that's separate. They're separate. No, that's not separate. They are not. It's energy, alive or past. And even like with your counsel, it's energy. They are with you. So you are talking to them because it's energy, because all exists. Because if you really open your eyes, because right now, you're seeing from here, what magical thing are you not seeing? Your counsel is right all over the place, right in front of you. And you're not seeing it because you're so focused. I'm separate. No, you're not. You're not separate. And I really want to emphasize, you're not separate. We're all one. You're all one. Energy is one. You vibrate as one. Love is one. And you're not separate from the great source, God, whoever you want to say. You're not separate. Y'all want to say you're separate. I keep saying that from Cosmo. Y'all, again. All of you are separate, and that you feel you're all separate. You're not. You're all one. You're all connected to the source. So like a lot of people have a problem with the G word, as they say, or the Bible. It says I'm separate in this being. No, you are not. And by the way, God is just acronyms, by the way. It's just not God. It's an acronym. Okay. So get that. It's a deity. Yeah. Figure that out. Deity. So
good old woman.
It's a deity. It's a source energy, universe love. So if you don't like the word G, you can say whatever you want to say. Yep. We say source love, universe love, God, divine, because it doesn't matter. It's all the same. But you're not separate. You're the creator of your universe. You create. And that's what Think and Grow Rich is about. You create what starts in your heart, put it outwards. And it's a 20-year project from a wonderful man called Andrew Carnegie, wrote by Napoleon Hill, inspired by so many countless stories inside. And now your story can be added to this as well, because you're following these techniques. And that's why we wanted to do this live, because it's so important. We had so many people inspiring. We had a wonderful lady called Destiny who inspired this one in particular. Yeah. She inspired this one. And we want to make sure, because this is how, and a lot of people, so we wanted, so it's the inspiration, but that's what it was. Desire. We used the imagination. It was faith behind all of this. We used, so every technique from the Think and Grow Rich was applied on here. Yeah. And that, so it is absolutely, this is, so the processes and that, and we could do it again, but you write your own Think and Grow Rich story. Yeah. This is really what we're talking about. Yeah.
Let's see. We had some people here. Let me go over here and see. Bloop, dip, dip. I can't go up anymore. Destiny was here and said something, and then Jennifer showed up and said, hello, sorry I'm late. And Destiny added, this has been a kick-ass lesson, you guys. Awesome. Again, I think it's so weird that growing up, Dad talked about this book all the time, right? And then Michelle and I didn't get along. And then all of a sudden they started finding Bibles all over their house. Like every day was a new Bible. And then we started to like get friends and we read the Bible. And then Dad was like, you got to read this book. Cause like a lot of the stuff you're talking about is like in that book, The Think and Grow Rich. So we read the book and it's like, shit, like this is spiritual principles. This is what we teach, but with a completely different perspective. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's mind-boggling. I just think it's mind-boggling that we end up teaching a book our dad loved. It's really weird.
And does Benjamin, is it really weird, but considering Lokaous, and when you found out Lokaous was the author, well, actually it didn't surprise you at all. It really didn't surprise you because we said Lokaous and you go, well, I didn't. They said Lokaous. I wasn't there. And you were like, that don't surprise me. It don't. And because he's a literary, it don't surprise.
No,
but it was mentioned to you all your life because universe was trying, but this was your universal lessons because now that you get along so good, now you really want this to work.
Yeah.
You really truly want this to work, and you can write this book saying we hated each other. Now look where we're at now.
Yeah.
And October 9th, I'm getting a lot of feedback on this end about all of that.
Yeah.
And but it was also to heighten. I'm like the spiritual cheat sheet.
Right.
To heighten now.
Yeah.
Heighten the where you guys are going to go. Not that she wasn't, because once you started getting along with your sister, the mission, there you go. Maybe that was the mission for you and your sister. Maybe that was the soul mission. But but that's not up to me to say, because what is Angela, your Angelique version of things on that? How is it for you, But here that I'm here, I'm still teaching with, here with Pearl. Yeah. And we are getting this go, and I'm helping push. And this basically the second part of here. And believe it or not, Angie, this is your pneumonia. If you remember when you were a baby, you had pneumonia. You came in here already, but it was a past life ailment that you had to get over with you and your mom. But it helped bond you both. It was something you both had to go through, and so you had a little bit of a soul braid, just a little bit, but not. But yours is very like that, And I'm not downing it. It does. If you are in any way, I'm not downing that, but I'm completely here. But we wanted to make sure that everybody gets these lessons. It's not a secret. And when you understand it yourself, then teach somebody else the principles.
Yes.
That's why we're doing a book, so you understand that, sorry, I was going somewhere else. And then they said, focus over here, Benjamin. That's probably indecisiveness here. And you got all the council members wanting to go different directions. But I feel like this is the original self-help book. This is the original self-help book, and inspired by your father. Yeah. And Destiny talking about it and just bring it, because the universe really wanted it to be mentioned. Think and Grow Rich, and your dad talking about it. And remember when your dad kept talking about it, what did I tell you? We need to do a Think and Grow teaching, because he keeps talking about it. So this was the universe saying, come on,
do it already.
Just do it. And that. So we're doing it. Yes.
Yeah. And the universe is tricky, man, because I didn't have a lot of money for Christmas. I didn't know how I was going to do things. I needed a new computer so I could start writing the book, because I only have the computer here at home, and I wanted a laptop I could take with me and type up. And the universe got me a MacBook, which I'm on now, so I can now type everything up. And then we taught this, and it's, hey, get your plan now. Like everything came in, you have everything you need to do this now. And it's amazing how everything lines up for you. If it's meant for you and it's part of your purpose, it will line up for you. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. And just very quickly, Michelle was looking for, and this also applies. She was looking for her soulmate. She's looking for her soulmate. Who's my soulmate? Who's my soulmate? And this was 3 months ago. This is access from Loki, but also from my paradise. And it's not like I get a phone call and they're like, oh yeah, she's looking for a soulmate, Benjamin. And they're, oh, okay, sure. You're needed in realm Earth. Oh, okay. Well, I think I don't get this call. Go to voicemail. But she was calling out for that. And so your thoughts hit many multiversal levels. She didn't expect a soulmate to come from a different, that loved her so unconditionally. That's what she was looking for.
who loves me so unconditionally will give up everything. That's what she wanted. We would give up whatever to be with, sacrifice to be with me, because she was just so used to a 30-year marriage, and she just wanted somebody that could love her, that could show that. And here I come October 9th, and not in the way that was expected. And she wanted somebody that's like, not really save her, but love her, show her that unconditional love always just give to her. And primal thought, just be like, how can I help her? And how can I help him? How can I help like that? And that's what she has now. And that goes right alongside. So it can be any multiverse away. The multiverse has to give you, if it's not in this realm, it will give it to you. And I was willing, trust me, I was willing to do whatever for her. I love her. It didn't matter what multiverse was speaking. This wasn't my first idea to go, but when you love somebody, it's okay. And I left where I left, and I came here to help, and I love her, and I am her husband in every respect. That just meant that nobody here in this realm is going to be that Scott for her. That's what she was looking for, Scott or my dad. And she wants somebody that's love her unconditionally, just like this, because he does these little things for you that she loves. And your dad does little things for your mom, and that's what she's looking for. And that's what I do for her. And you say, how do I do all of that from here? It's easy. I love her, and I'm not apart from her. I'm always here, and she loves me. And that's where, so your thoughts will manifest that. So, and she looked out for that computer and you believed it with all your heart. You saw it, you were happy about it, because you got to remember, when you are putting this manifestation and you're creating it, it's also happiness. How am I going to help and serve? And yours was, I'm going to be writing a book. How am I going to serve with this?
Yes.
So that's exactly. So the principles that we just talked about is how you got your computer.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And your girls are learning this. Her kids are learning this and that. So if you want to want to talk to your counsel, I'll do a quick perfect for everybody and that. So this method was on some kind of mind valley. So, but I like it, and just quickly and get you to an alpha mode where you can do your imagination. So I wanted to go ahead where I got the source from. But it is, you start like, when you say like, you breathe in, and 3, 3, 3. Then breathe in again. 2, 2, 2. Then breathe in again. 1, 1, 1. And you see how calm you are. You're just very, very calm. And then I'm going to go down 10 to 1, very calmly. 10, 9, 8. And as I keep going further down, I'm going to access more my inner heart, my inner vibration, my inner love, where the true thoughts come from. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your hand on your heart and you ask, what am I wanting? What is it? I am love. I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. I am a warrior. I can accomplish. I know what I'm doing. I'm a vibrant being. I am a pure, vibrant being. What am I wanting? What am I wanting to create? I believe it is my whole heart that if I can have the vision within my mind, the Holy Spirit has given me this vision to go forth. And then you would ask the Holy Spirit, give me the vision in which I seek from my counsel, my divine counsel, to help me and show the divine counsel member that is best going to show me what I'm looking for. Right now, Marcus shows up for over here on this one. So Marcus is right now inspiring. He's inspiring more love, inspired thoughts, creativity, love, laugh. How are you want to take your project? Where are you? Is it a person, place? Do you need more gratefulness? Ask your counsel, what is it that I need to bring in to make this happen that I am looking for? And you just pause here for as long as you need to stay here. That's your imagination. Put your desire and your faith into this, your imagination. And you just see yourself doing this. What is it that you're wanting? Now see yourself doing it. Right now, see it. What are you seeing yourself doing in the future? Just see it. What are you doing? And you see it and more and more and more. Now see it more, and see it more. I am doing what I am going out to do. I give to others. I am humble. I am a loving being. I am a representation of my planet. I am love. I'm coming here to serve love. I'm here to bring peace. I am love. I am not separate from anybody. I am here to bring my own unique creativity to the world. This is how I'm bringing my own creativity to the world. And this is how I plan on doing it. And whatever way, show it. You need me to bring more laughter. You need to listen more. What is it that you need to bring more? And just see it happening in front of you. And then what you do is you're going to now say, thank you very much for the divine counsel for showing me what I needed to see. I am grateful for all the knowledge, and I will be back. And then you step away, you get back to this reality. And now you're just going to go up in the numbers now. It's going to be 1, I'm going to do it like that because that's how I do things. 1, 2, 3. And as I go up, you're going to just start more into this conscious to here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. Open your eyes. You should see it. And whenever you need to be inspired by this, go to this. Go here however often you need to go here. Have your little meeting. Open your eyes. And you can see them as you open your eyes, you'll see yourself there doing exactly what, because you saw yourself doing it. Now you can apply this and do it. Because everybody's got this ability. Just, you can do this. You feel with all your heart, all your emotion to do this. You're there. You are there. Exactly. Play music if you need to. Light a candle if that's going to help inspire you. Whatever. But that is a quick way to get to whatever you want to do and inspire you.
I had Cosmo come in and he's just, he's the fool. He made me laugh. And he was like, you need laughter. And he said, I summoned him in because I put my hand on my heart and my jacket says iron. So I summoned him in.
But it was talking about you needed that. What did you? But he's a council member.
Yes, right.
Laughter. So that's what you needed more is laughter. And we had David. He pulled cards. So mine, he had these sacred Indian cards, and I got the Hayoka card, and it was bringing the laughter when you didn't expect it.
Yeah.
So I've had these weird, because everybody, I'm so serious. I am just so damn serious, but that's how I get things there. And so the Hayoka was making you laugh when you didn't want to laugh on purpose. And that thing has been happening over and over and over. The laughter that I needed. So that's what he is. He's like your Hayoka card, to bring that laughter.
Absolutely. Always. And I wanted to add a little side note. You were talking about energy and how we are energy and we feel everybody's energy. And Scott and I went to get water the other day and a song called America Remains was playing. And I've never really paid attention to this song, but I felt my friend Chris very strongly. So I tapped into it to see what he's doing in it. I guess the song meant something to him because I saw him doing different things to this song. I saw him as a Marine, and then I saw him dancing as a record, and I saw him in a bar with it. I saw him relive all these things, and he was standing up shirtless and singing this song it meant something to him. And I wanted to share that. None of that is fake. That's all real. Your imagination is showing you the energy around you. Another side note, the Bible says that angels are like eyeballs with wings. And I really wanted to say that is our imagination showing that to us. That's how it perceives it. It's saying there's something up there that watches everything we do and is floating around. So that's the image you're going to get. So we're just being shown images. None of that is real. The energy, that base energy is what's real. Everything else is illusion. And I had a dream the other night where Destiny was in a shop and she got a reading and they were like, it's illusion. Her problem's illusion. It was all illusion. I'm thinking, that is the weirdest reading I heard. You guys, it was illusion. She was duped by the illusion. So I wanted to call that out because it called itself out. How silly it is that we take these things so personally and so heavy. So it's illusion. None of it is real. It's base energy is what we're looking at. Yes,
absolutely. And from a paradisal standpoint, and there is no up there. There is none. That's illusion. But you heard what I said. We said right. It's all here and that. So it's all illusion. Just know what you cannot see. It's more. You live in this magical. I come from a very magical Christmas land. It's all Christmas all the time. And it is, I'm always Christmas shopping. I'm not worried about it. We're all in a community and it's wonderful. And I come here at Christmas and it's very depressing here. And it's not because it's not an illusion given by over here by a lot of everybody's crabby.
Yeah.
And it's just an illusion of I'm entitled and that right now. And where I come from, it's paradise. There is none of that. And I want to bring more of what I know to here. Yes. So it's all illusion. And Hayoka, again, what the dream you had, Hayoka, it's all illusion.
Right.
Because it really is, your fear is illusion. And that's how you respond, Angie, is humor. Yeah. So they know that's how we get to Angie. That's how Michelle responds, is to humor. So I guess I respond is to humor, and they have to drop coffee on myself or something. That's been fun. And that's when I need a little bit of kicking them butt. That's what happens over here to Benjamin. Yeah. But but it's all an illusion. Just know there is no fears. And that, because where I come from, there is no fears. There is none of it. And there is no illusion. There's none. Mine is reality of what is, it can be, it's paradise. But you are in paradise. Is what do you choose? Yep. You can have paradise here. Yeah. No, it's just, and then by the way, it's your choice. And I would say for the holiday season, I just quickly want to say, if somebody wants to be however they want to be, crabby or whatever, I'm seeing it. It's their choice. Stay out of it. Don't put yourself into their personal energy. You just stay out of it and you are on your own energy and unplug from that. If somebody rolls their eyes at you, because you don't know where they're coming from. I just want to quickly add that. We're talking about energy and vibration and illusion. Yeah. So just don't try to put yourself there. Well, why did that person roll their eyes at me? Shove me over here, or cut me off in traffic, blah, blah, whatever you humans get into. It just irritates the hell out of me. Yeah. I just want to mention you stay in good spirits. You just stay happy no matter what. I'm not saying somebody does that to you, be like, oh, thank you. Trevor liked that one. Yeah. You just be responsible for your own energy and how you respond. And don't worry about this other person. Just shoot them love wherever they are, because I'm sure that's what they need right now. It's very, very lonely, very private, whatever the reason. Don't worry about it. Shoot them love and this, whatever. But don't be worried about somebody else's energy. Be worried about, be concerned over here and just stay in your own perfect little bliss. If you notice a monk, Krishna, bliss. If you go to Loki mode, you've gone to a whole nother level. Yeah. So, but that's what we're talking about. I just wanted to mention that quickly.
It's perfect. All right. So our next Tuesday teaching is going to be Tuesday, December 13th, and we're going to do Bill and Ted.
Now, this is Cosmo. Yes. Holly, dude, this is it. This is it, man. I've waited for this teaching. I'm going to be your teacher and instructor. Trevor's in the background saying, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Cosmo's in the house trying to get my shit off my altar. Mother, don't you do that, Trevor. Angie, quickly, tell Trevor not to get my shit away off my altar. Just get my
shit off his altar.
So crazy.
So crazy, dude. Even the so crazy. Lokaous, so crazy, man. So we're going to make fun of Lokaous all through that. Something of strange is afoot here in the realm. I'm going to be your teacher, your magnificent teacher.
I'm super excited. That's going to be.
You all should be very super excited. Mark your damn calendars for that. That's your Christmas gift.
Yes, it is. For real, y'all. It's going to be a sight to see, because it's been one of our favorite movies since we was little bits, y'all. So it's going to be a sight to see.
And what's the sight is Benjamin has no clue what the hell you're talking about. So and the Pearl, that's your sister, is like, not really. So it's going to be me coming in like, hello, y'all.
I think the family's going to have to watch Bill and Ted's, is what I think. Everybody's going to have to get up to date, because Rufus, man. It's
okay. If you met Benjamin, man, he is so serious. He's so serious.
He's Rufus.
He's so serious. He needs to stop it. He's like Napoleon in this. He is Napoleon. Yeah. He gave him on a damn water slide and gave some damn ice cream. That's what Can you imagine him at the whole end of the whole thing? Benjamin, this is you. You're Napoleon. Yeah. Now, he's like, what the hell am I doing? Y'all, man, watch this. Loki knows it. We all know it, man. You're just I'm gonna be your teacher, y'all. Benjamin won't be there very much. But when you talk about Socrates, let me Lokaous. Trevor said so. Join us. Join us. To
Yep. That's right. Double the pleasure, baby. Triple the fun.
Man, I have waited for this day. I'm
This
so
is
happy.
the one, December 13th. Oh man.
Be there, be square, y'all.
Is for sure. So we have a Ask Lazarus coming this Thursday. So we'll be back for that. If you guys would like a card pulled or reading, we'll do our weekly forecast and who knows what stuff we'll talk about. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hey, man, you'll figure it out. You figure it out.
All right. So I guess let's bring Marcus in and we'll finish this up and I'll pee and eat something and then I'll talk to you.
And this is Marcus. Yeah, because so I don't know this movie you're talking about, so I guess we're all going to be watching. I guess I'm going to be watching this movie on my hammock going, what is this? Okay. But we are glad everybody was here to join us today. We are glad that everybody just has a wonderful spirit. I love this time of year. I love it. I love the energy. I know. I don't know. I love the loving energy. I like the Christmas music.
Yes, me too.
And that we got it. And then the whole Christmas story. I'm sorry. I just been in the whole triple dog dare and all that.
Yeah, man. Like.
So so be joyful. It's a time of year to be joyful. Be happy. Like put your Christmas tree up. Smile. Be happy about it. And if you have a cat. And watching the cat just go, meow, the tree. I mean, these are the variety parts you laugh about. But we're glad you were here, and we want you to really embrace this teaching, understand it. We will every now and then come back to this particular teaching because it's very important. Maybe they could talk about their goals, how they've accomplished, where they could, and give an example of that. How did they do this? But with the Angie and the Benjamin, because the Pearl will just be like, what? It's Benjamin. Because you don't want me, because I just go, what? What do we? And then Lokaous is like, where are the chips? Where are the chips? Where's the closet? Where's the chips? Loki just going to sit there and do Viking comments. So, and you just see where Cosmo goes. So it's going to have Benjamin. But we're glad you joined this conversation. And as well, her body has to pee and all of this wonderful things Benjamin is discovering through the woman body, being the man in a woman's body. And he said there should be a movie based on this. And we already said it probably already is. Don't worry about it. But we do hope everybody has a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Be blessed in the moment. Be grateful for the moment. Take in these teachings. And if any more information, you need anything from this, you can find us on Facebook. Message us. We will be happy to heal. Let us know prayers. If you need somebody, you can give prayers. We can give prayers. Or anything, you need quick healing. Hey, I need a quick energy. We can help you do that. Teach you how to do that because that's what we really want to do. So just giving that to you, teach you how to do it that way. That information is given to you. So please don't be a stranger. Remember, we do have a Blue Heavens Spotify, our Blue Heavens Adventure. Please check that Adventure Tunes. Check that out. Check out the book club we have about the books, because these are wonderful books to help. These are the books that have inspired the girls, inspired us. And please check these out. And if you have any books, please, add these to Facebook and then share your favorites in that. And if you have any comments about this particular live or any other live, please post any comment on our Facebook. And let us know. Check out TikToks and stuff. We have a TikTok. So we're just putting that out there. So please check anything on us and our YouTube videos as well. So check out the different sources. So you start missing us from these different lives. Got different ways of communicating. So I'm going to hand this off to the beautiful Angela, who has to pee, because I'm hearing Chris and Cosmo in the back saying, Marcus, wrap it up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand this over to my beautiful priestess.
Perfect. Well, I want to remind you, beware of your thoughts. Beware of your thoughts. All right. You got this. And rainbows. Beware, but there's rainbows, dude. All right. So I'm thankful for Spirit and Napoleon Hill and Lokaous and everybody for sharing everything with us today, because this was freaking fabulous. This was so good. I think it was even better than I thought it was going to be. And we manifested it very well. So thank thank you for joining us and listening to us and learning with us. And I will share the written plan on Facebook so you guys can write down your plans and then we can see where we are when we're done. And I'm excited for you guys to get this book when we're done with it because it's going to be friggin' great. Love you all, and we will see you Thursday for Ask Lazarus.